For 200 years, wealth had an address. It lived on certain streets, in certain families, behind certain doors that most people never got close enough to knock on. In the 1800s, you needed land, acres of it, passed down through bloodlines that went back generations. If your family didn't own land, you worked someone else's. By the early 1900s, the address changed. Now, wealth lived inside factories, inside railroads, inside banks that decided who got capital and who didn't. You needed to know someone who knew someone. You needed a name that opened rooms. By the middle of the century, it moved again, into corporations, into stock markets that required brokers, connections, minimum investments most people couldn't touch, into boardrooms where decisions about who got wealthy were made by people who already were. The address kept changing, but the lock on the door stayed the same. Then came the internet, and for the first time in 200 years, something cracked. A kid in a dorm room built a platform worth billions. A woman selling handmade jewelry from her kitchen table found 1 million customers she never could have reached before. The door wasn't gone, but for the first time, you didn't need to know someone to find it. Most people walked past it anyway, because the door looked different than they expected. It didn't look like wealth. It looked like a laptop. It looked like a website. It looked like something anyone could do, which meant most people assumed everyone already was, and they kept waiting for something that looked more like the old address. That crack in the door is now wide open, and wealthy families know exactly what's walking through it. The families who understand this never wait for the new address to look official. They move while it still looks strange. While normal people are laughing at it, doubting it, calling it a fad, calling it cheating, calling it something their kids should not waste time on. This time, the thing walking through the door is artificial intelligence. Not as a toy, not as a chatbot that writes birthday poems and bad apology texts. As leverage. That is the difference. A kid named Nathan hears about AI at home before he hears about it at school. His father does not tell him it will make him rich. That would be too easy. He gives him a small assignment. Find a problem people complain about. Use AI to research it. Write a simple offer. Make the landing page. Create 3 ads. Then explain why someone would pay. Nathan is not building the next billion-dollar company. He is learning the new language of leverage. Across town, another kid hears about AI too. But in his house, the conversation sounds different. His mother says it is probably cheating. His uncle says it is just a fad. His teacher says, be careful. Everyone around him is warning him about the door, but nobody is showing him how the handle works. The gap has not disappeared. Rich kids still have more time, more guidance, more safety, and more people around them who recognize a shift early. But for the first time, the entry fee collapsed. That is what makes this moment dangerous to ignore. Researchers found that most U.S. workers have tasks exposed to large language models. In one workplace study, AI assistants made customer support workers more productive, and the biggest gains went to less experienced workers. That matters because the old world rewarded people who already had experience. This new world may reward people who learn faster than the system updates. The wealthy are not smarter than you. They are earlier than you. They have always been earlier. The difference is that this time, being early does not require a fortune. It requires attention. So tomorrow, do not ask AI to impress you. Give it work. First, make it solve one real money problem. Ask it to map a side income idea, compare the costs, find the customer, and tell you what would make the offer weak. Second, build one asset with it. A resume, a sales page, a service menu, a product description, something that can live outside your head. Third, verify everything. AI is not a brain replacement. It is a speed multiplier. If your judgment is weak, it multiplies confusion. If your judgment gets sharper, it multiplies opportunity. The door is open. It will not stay this open forever. It never does. It should be illegal to ignore. Subscribe, because the next video reveals how ordinary people are using these tools to build income right now, and you will not want to miss it.